Now it's your turn to multiply a monomial by a binomial, and then multiply a monomial by a trinomial. Stop this video, take a moment to write out your answers to these problems in your lecture outline packet, and then turn the video back on to check your answers. In this first example, we're going to multiply negative 5t by the expression 4t minus 1. Again, we'll use the distributive property as our first step, and then we'll use the associative and commutative properties of multiplication and the rules of exponents to simplify the expressions that result after we've distributed. So, taking negative 5t, it's going to distribute across that 4t minus 1. So we'll get negative 5t times 4t minus negative 5t times 1. For that first term, we have negative 5t times 4t. So we'll look at the coefficients, and we'll multiply negative 5 times 4 and get negative 20. And then we have t times t, so we have t squared, and that term is then negative 20t squared. Next, we are subtracting the expression negative 5t times 1. So subtracting a negative turns into adding a positive, and so we will be then adding 5t. So that expression, when fully simplified, is negative 20t squared plus 5t. In our second example, we have 4x cubed times the expression 2x squared minus 3x plus 6. So again, as our first step, we will distribute that 4x cubed across to each term in that trinomial. And so we'll have 4x cubed times 2x squared, and then we'll have minus 4x cubed times 3x, and then we have plus 4x cubed times 6. Now that we've distributed, we're going to simplify each of these terms that remain. The first one is 4x cubed times 2x squared. So we're going to look at the coefficients. We have 4 times x cubed times 2 times x squared. So the coefficients are simply 4 times 2. And we will have 8 as the coefficient that results. And x cubed times x squared, we know that we add those exponents to get x to the 5th. So that first term is 8x to the 5th. Next, we are subtracting 4x cubed times 3x. So we're subtracting. We'll do 4 times 3 first, which is 12. And again, the reason we're doing that first is we're using the commutative property of multiplication. So we're taking 4 times x cubed times 3x and turning into 4 times 3 times x cubed times x, which is then 4 times 3 gives us 12, and x cubed times x gives us x to the 4th. So for that second term, we have negative 12x to the 4th, and we're writing this as minus 12x to the 4th. For the last term, we have 4x cubed times 6, and all we need to do here is multiply those coefficients. So we'll have 4 times x cubed times 6, and that will be 24x cubed. So we are then adding 24x cubed. And so that expression, when fully simplified, is 8x to the 5th minus 12x to the 4th plus 24x cubed.